WMAL, making sense of the news. Live from the Home Paramount Pest Control Studios. Home Paramount, the leader in pest control since 1939.
Well, we saw that our friend Spencer Brown of Young America's Foundation and a senior columnist over at Townhall was doing the overnight shift at Fox News, commenting on the president's trip to the Middle East. So we figured, well, why should we be the only ones to have the fun at 5:15 in the morning? Get Spencer's butt on the air. And so here he is. Spencer, good morning, my friend. Thanks for joining us.
Of course. I do not know how you guys do this every morning.
Neither do we.
Gotta be honest.
We don't know.
Well, listen, you've been watching this all night long and commenting for Fox News viewers all night. First of all, what the pageantry over there in Saudi Arabia, I mean, but Buckingham Palace is going to have to step up their game because the House of Saud is bringing it for President Trump.
Well, I mean, they had horses yesterday, but I think my favorite part of all of this is the blending of the pageantry of Middle Eastern countries like this, as well as the pageantry of Trump rallies, because yesterday we had not only Lee Greenwood, but also YMCA closing things out at the end of his speech. And I think that's just a nice sort of, I don't even know how to describe that. It's just a nice sort of blending of cultures. You know, the left always talks about multiculturalism, but completely fails at it. That was, without even trying, the most multicultural thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, something tells me that the religious police there, the famous religious police in Saudi Arabia, is not used to dancing around to the village people. I think they do have some civic codes against that sort of thing.
Well, Trump brings freedom everywhere he goes. So if it means importing
go.
the village people to the Middle East, I'm all for it.
Well, speaking of bringing freedom, I swear, I think there were more American flags flying over there than here in the United States. It was so patriotic to see. Even the Arabian Nights, they were carrying American, the Arabian horses, the riders of the Arabian horses, which were beautiful, by the way, were carrying American flags. What is that about? That's amazing.
Well, it's just nice to see that the Democrats, have kind of abdicated love of America to all these other countries. I think there were more American flags. Even I remember watching right after Air Force One touchdown yesterday in the overnight hours, watching the scene unfold while they were waiting for Trump to get off the plane. And at first I was like, wait, did they land on an American base? And then realized, no, it was not actually one of our bases. But it goes to show, I mean, look, it was sort of a rhetorical thing, but under Trump, the world respects America and the world loves to celebrate America because when we're doing well, that means a lot of, obviously, our allies are doing well. And this stability that Trump is looking to bring to the Middle East is so needed. And they got a taste of it during his first term with the Abraham Accords and normalizing and recognizing Israel there by those Arab states. And they want more of that.
Hey, listen, Spencer, if that's where this is headed, I'm all for it because I think that there is a lot of appetite in the Middle East to normalize relations with Israel. Had Trump continued his 4-year term right after his first term, instead of having to take 4 years off in the wilderness, I think we would have seen a lot more of the Abraham Accords. My concern is, does he have a realistic view of Qatar? Because he seems to be changing his tone on them, trying to make peace with Iran. Some of these countries you can't make peace with because they can't be trusted, and they literally think we're the great Satan.
Right. No, that's exactly right. And so I think a healthy dose of skepticism is definitely the name of the game, not just with Qatar, but also with, Syria and their interim leader that they have there. Trump today saying again that he wants to make a deal with Iran. I mean, these are all good things. But I think what's different about the way Trump is approaching the Middle East, it was different the first term, but this even seems different from his first 4 years, is he's really making this kind of play to the people of these countries who, many of them have suffered under dictators and horrible leaders who obviously reject basic human rights and religious liberty and things like that. And he's basically putting it all out there saying, countries like Syria, for example, who we've now repealing all of our sanctions on, is, this is the interim leader there is a former member, or as far as we know, former member of Al-Qaeda, which obviously, is not somebody you would expect to see the American president doing a photo op with and discussing, how we're going to work together. But what Syria is so critical for is they have a huge opportunity there for their people, but for the United States, having our influence there instead of Turkey's influence or Russia's influence as it's been in the past, or Iran's influence, is so critical that Trump is saying to the people, like, look, if you are looking to be full participants in, the Gulf states, if you're looking to have freedom and opportunity and economic choice and things like that, work with the United States because we're going to help you achieve those things. But also Trump in his speech today that he gave to the Gulf States Council was talking about our military and how recruitment is up, and kind of in this tongue-in-cheek way reminding these states that we are still the United States. We still have the greatest military. He's not afraid to use it like Biden was. And if you kind of try to play us, things are going to come back around and you're going to feel the pain for that. And I think Trump.
So basically, I'm here now. We're going to give you a chance, but the second you get out of line, our military is right here. All right, well, we'll see about that. Well, one last question. You saw that mobile McDonald's that the Saudi.
Oh yes. That was the other part of the multiculturalism.
Is that going to be part of Scott Walker's rider now when he goes to a college campus that you're going to have to arrange for him, Spencer?
I think it's more likely to be a Shake Shack mobile truck. That's more his speed, I believe. Yeah.
And some of that Milwaukee beer on tap right on there. He's
Miller time all the time.
Spencer Brown, go to sleep for God's sake. You get the day
off
now
we got
after doing the all-nighter.
Oh, no, we got a full day ahead, and then moderating a panel tonight for the Foundation for Defense of Democracies, and might even be back on Fox tonight.
Better you than me.
Yeah.
Spencer Brown, Young America's Foundation, and Townhall. Thanks, Spencer. Drive carefully.
Thanks, guys.